Everybody out there in Facebook land, Steve here. So over the years, people have asked me, what do you do for a warm-up, a workout, that sort of thing. I mean, there's millions of people out there that have great workout routines and everything. Well, more recently, since my 63rd birthday, a couple weeks ago, I've had more and more people ask me, so what are you doing? I said, well, in all honesty, when COVID hit, I mean, it changed a lot of things. Gyms were closed, studio was closed, even though I still had access to this studio because I own it. So I really had to reinvent, where I was at, my eating habits and everything like that, so I didn't put on COVID weight. So anyway, so I went and I had to really dissect and analyze where I was with food, where I was with my routine and how I used to do it at the gym. And so I came up, over those several months when everything was closed down, a newer routine which actually helped me to not only drop weight, but also get more lean and feel better, younger, and healthier. So I do a basic warm-up, which you can do anywhere. Basic warm-up would start with your head moving forward and back, your shoulders moving back, alternating your shoulders, getting your body to move, get your hips moving back and forth, side to side, get the knees moving, front and back, get the ankles moving, just to loosen up all the joints and everything like that. Get the arms moving one side, moving the other side, coming right down, touching the toes, bringing your head in if you can. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. Bringing the one leg up, just take about a few minutes. I call it a good morning stretch. So that's all we do, just do a good morning stretch. You find a wall, just really stretch yourself out there for a few minutes. Just take those few minutes to do that, and then I just get the blood circulating. I just start doing a little bit of jumping jacks. Then I go side to side, I go forward, back. I don't have a skipping rope, but can I'm skipping. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I go forward and back this way here, slide this way, jumping jacks again. So I spend, 4 or 5 minutes just doing that, just to get the blood circulating. So once I stretch, get the blood circulating, and then I stretch out the upper extremities. Just take a few minutes. You can do this prior to your jumping jacks, or you can do it right afterwards. Doesn't really matter. Back in here, stretching for your triceps, pulling back down here for the shoulders, wrapping it up, and that's basically it. So it don't take a long time to do it. Just 5 or 6 minutes. That's all it takes, just for a good morning stretch. Warm up a little bit, get the blood circulating, and then you're ready to go. So, I basically have a total gym. I have an arm bar or a chin-up bar for back and legs, and also for abs. So I can really work my abs and really get my abs cut by changing how I did my workout. From here, I use a protein shake. So the protein shake I use is New Zealand. It's pretty clean. And then I add some greens into it because of alfalfa, wheatgrass, barley grass, kamoka grass. So all those compressed grasses could really help to alkalize your system, because your system is really in an acid alkali state. As you get older, you become more acidic. So I really want to try to be more alkaline. You're going to have some acidity in types of food you eat. I do intermittent fasting, which means I don't eat anything in the morning. I have a banana or a peach or a plum in the middle of the morning, besides this. And then middle of the afternoon, 2 or 3 o'clock, kind of get up, several hours afterwards, I'll have a big meal. So I'll have that big meal, but for me, it's really only a little bit of fish, turkey, chicken. I kind of stay away from the red meat and all that kind of stuff. I really have gone away from pork and beef and meat. I really don't eat that. Don't drink milk. It's a lot of water. I make sure water has electrolytes in it. It can really boost your sodium potassium pump, get more oxygen to the cells. Because the blood takes oxygen to the cells and nourish it, and that's what you really need. So that's basically all I do. And then later in the evening, I'll have a smaller meal. And I might have a piece of fruit in the middle of the afternoon, later afternoon. And that's basically it. On the weekend, I might cheat on a Sunday and have breakfast later in the morning. But Monday to Saturday, I do intermittent fasting. And that's the number one thing I started doing when I changed my routine back in mid-March. So that's basically what I did. So I'm sharing that with you guys, the ones who really want it. If you don't, that's fine. You may have something even better. So if I'm over here at the Total Gym, which I really have come to love, The routine I usually do, I'm just going to show you can just do a multi-purpose on this thing. You don't have to, I do breakdown, I'll do chest and biceps one day, next day I'll do triceps and back, then the next day I'll do legs and buys, then Thursday I'll hit the shoulders again, maybe a little bit more legs on the hamstrings, and that Friday I'll do chest and back, change it up a bit, and Saturday I'll do tri-bis. That's basically what it is, but I do abs every day on the hang-up bar there, and I'll demonstrate that in a bit. But when I'm doing this, I'll start with the chest, and I'll just go right from one routine into another. You can do several exercises with the chest, but I always come back for a 4-count hold, 1, 2. So I can go wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I can go mid, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can go in. And I'll repeat that 3 sets of 10. So the day I'm doing chest, I'll have that routine to do. Then I'll shift it right up to the next routine. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2. So then I'll do the flies, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2. So then I have that one to do. So I've just done 2 different chest exercises. Third chest exercise I really like to do is it's pretty easy to manipulate this. Drop it down, body weight. I used to like to do the cross cables. So you can do cross cables right on here. You come around this way, Kev. The cross cable is this way here. I have it this way here, so I can pull out this way here, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm really emphasizing really across that chest and really in the upper portion of the pecs, your major pecs, minor pecs. 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll really hit that. So those 3 exercises on this are critical. The last one, I only do like 3 or 4 different exercises on a muscle group. That's it. I change it up in how I do it, but that's all I do. So the last one I would do is the push-up one. With the push-up one, you can do a couple different variations. On the push-up one here, I like to get upwards this way here, and I like to come down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. And then I can go to if I want to come down here, go to one hand. You can really emphasize the other hand. And then you can alternate if you wish. Then you can come back up here again. And you can do the same thing. You can cross over and straight down, cross over and straight down. I mean, you'll get a good workout out of that. So that's basically all I do for the chest. Next one I like to do is the back. So on the days I do the back, I'll bring it right over and really work the abs too. Then I'll work in the lateral and the major, upper and lower. So I'll do this for 3 sets of 10, then I'll do the reverse. I'll come outward, so I'm really working the abs of my core at the same time. And I'm pulling up, hold for 4. So I'll do that one. Next one I'll do, for the back, is I'll use this apparatus here to pull up in the back. If you really want a strong, wide V shape, this is the apparatus I use. So I'll come up this way, then I'll pull this way. Pull that way, pull straight up. Pull this way, pull this way, pull straight up. So I'll do probably 4 to 6 of those, 3 sets of 10. So that's how I do for the really wide. That's the, I mean, you can just do the exercise by itself and then it'll work your back, but I do the other couple just to support that. So that's on the back. And if you don't have these apparatus, I'll show you what I use when I used to travel. Okay, so now work a little bit of the arms. So if I was doing triceps, one thing on the tricep machine, you lie flat like this. Go around this way, Kevin. And you do kickbacks this way. So I pull it right back to 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, you can really emphasize, and you can move it side, vertical too, this way. Just hits a different part of that tricep group. Hold. So that's the one tricep exercise I do. The other tricep exercise I do, pull-ups. Just emphasizing this way here, pull straight up.
That's hitting the back. You can put your legs out if you really want to isolate that, the core of your abs. Just makes it a little bit harder, and you can really feel that stretch. So that's the second one. The third one, I like to do on the tricep. Pretty easy to manipulate this thing. Yeah, it's just from here holding one, holding the other one. Now I can really isolate that. And this one's just keeping this one at bay. So I'll do 3 sets of 10 of that. Then I'll switch to the other side. Holding it this way. Come on this side, Ken. And then you can really emphasize keeping it tight in here, holding this one in position. So those are the 3 triceps exercises I do. The last one is, for me, is I'll just find one of these guys here, and I'll just hit it for like 20, 25, just to finish it off. If you don't have a chin-up thing, you can certainly use that. If you do it really slow, you'll feel the difference on that as well. So that's it for that muscle group. Okay, you can stop for a second. Okay, you get into the biceps now. You can kneel down or sit down, and this is the one you pull up. So I really emphasize really slow motion, 2-4 count. If I just want to do one, I can isolate one and move to the other one, and go back to both. Second one I like to do here is lying down, and then I pull up. And again, this one here, I can isolate and do one, or do both. On the third one, I like to do in the arms, it's this one here. So you're isolating one muscle group, and then you just switch it over. It doesn't take long. Everything I do is 3 sets of 10. Keep my legs straight, my back straight, head erect, and I'll hit 3 sets of 10 of that. The final one I like to do is the chin-up one. A couple different ways you can do the chin-up. I like to have my legs straight out, so I'm just really isolating the arms. You can do it just hanging like this, and come up, go to side, and come up. Or, for me, I like to have my legs straight out. So my legs are straight out here. So I can really isolate the biceps and your major pecs, also your tris and your forearms at the same time. So those are the 4 I do for that. Okay, now I'm doing the shoulder part. I really love the shoulder. Sometimes I'll leave a bicep out, because I usually have bis with the chest on a Monday, with the legs on a Wednesday, and a Saturday with the tris. But sometimes I'll just say, I'm going to leave out the Saturday bis, and I'm going to throw an extra shoulder set. So it depends on how you're feeling that week or where you're at, what muscle group you're really trying to hit. So shoulder one, 3 different ones I like to do for that one. First one is without the holder, you're just going to use your body weight. Emphasize it this way. So you're really, really isolating. You can really feel that up in the delts, major and minor, across the lats this way, and you're saying your chest. So I'll hit 3 sets, 10 on those ones. And then from there, turn it off for a second. Okay, and then from there I'll re-hook up the cable, isolating that, grabbing these, sitting up on here, and then I'll do forearms straight up. Now I could do one, do the other one, or I could do both. Again, using the 2-4 count, always. So I hit 3 sets of 10 on those ones. Then from here, I'm going to do the pull-up ones. Over this way, Ken. So I get into kneeling position, you could sit on this one. I like to pull up this way. So I hit that one that way. Then, last grouping, take it down a notch, is actually, yeah, I'll take that one. It's done this way here, so I'm pulling this in here, so I'm really isolating here and the delts. Get better definition. And then I'll just turn over and I'll hit the other side the same thing. Again, I'm just trying to keep my legs straight, crossed, and I'll hit 3 sets of 10. Now the shoulders, if I'm doing them, I usually do them by themselves or I'll throw in a couple of legs, but normally shoulders I do it by myself and I put in a few of the forearm exercises with that. That being said, on week 1, I'll do like chest and biceps, 1 set of chest, 1 set of biceps. Week 2, I'll alternate one routine of maybe a chest press. Second, I'll go right to the biceps, then I'll go back to the chest press again, back to the biceps, so I'll alternate that way. Week 3, I might do just all chest that day, then all bicep one day. Then in week 4, I do resistance. And resistance is where I'm gonna do like a reverse. I'm gonna go slowly out for an 8 count and then bring it back in for an 8 count. You might only get 3 or 4 down there, but that one really there really attacks that and gives it time to break down and build again. So you'll give you more definition, you'll get more lean, more cut. So that's over a 4-week period how I do it. Now I do some bag work and I'll put the gloves on and I'll hit the bag a couple times a week, skip for a couple minutes, a couple times a week, but I really put that into my warm-up just to get the blood flowing and circulation going. So that's how I would do my shoulder exercises in any event. Okay, next one will be legs. And then, okay, now I'm back in for the legs. You probably wonder how you do the legs. I wonder that every day. Not one of my favorite areas to do, but it's important. So, again, you'll have it up at the maximum resistance, which is about 75 to 80% of your body weight that you're really working at. So on this one here, I'll start with the one leg, and I'll go down. So I'm going to really work rectus femoris muscles. And then when I'm done that, I'll do the other leg. And again, I'm doing 3 sets of 10 on this. And then when I'm done that, I'll hit them both. I mean, you can without a rest. So 3 sets of 10 on that. And I usually work normally the legs in with the buys. But you can mix it up, move it into anything, your back, your chest, whatever. I like to do a push-pull routine. So a chest may push, but a bicep may pull, etc. I think you get the picture. So the next one I like to do is going to really work the glutes, max and minus, and partial hamstring. So I'll get in this position here, and then I'll pull back. And again, I'm going to hold the 4 count. And once I've done that, I'll switch to the other leg. Same thing here, position myself here. Let me get up a little higher, a little lower, sorry, so I can really get the full stretch of that. And you can really feel that. So that's that exercise. And this exercise, the third exercise, is really going to work the hamstrings. It works your rectus femoris and your calves too, but the hamstrings, you can do it with just the hamstrings or you can use the arms at the same time. I like to isolate, sometimes I change it up. So I'll get my legs in here, position this position here, my butt up there, so I can really, you can really feel that. So you get the picture how that works. Then the last one that I like to do with the legs, just pause it for a second, is this one here. So I'll keep this here, and I'll go down, or I'll put it here. And you can use anything, something that's heavy. Yeah, look at that. So I'm really going to work, it's kind of like a modified squat. Or you can have something in the hands in each hand, and you can do the same thing here. So you can emphasize that way. And those are the basic leg exercises I do. Okay, stop for a sec. Okay, so I worked really hard to get this, and at 63 I want to keep it a little longer, so I'll show you what I do besides eating. Eating's important as well to make sure that you have a good ratio, okay? Everything begins in the kitchen. Everything begins in the kitchen. You guys see people working out all the time and they can't lose it. They're on those treadmills going. All they're doing is building up more acid, more acid, more acid. They're going to put more layers of fat on that because the acid will go into the fat because it gets absorbed in the fat to protect the body. So what I do is I use this. I'll give you a modified what you can do if you don't have something hanging up. Something that also works quite as well, but I've had this here quite a while, is I'll hold from this position and I'll do probably 3 sets of 10. So I'll do like 3 sets of 10 of that, pause, and in between each set, I probably take like a minute. When I change muscle groups, like from a chest to a back or a back to a leg or whatever, I'll take 2 minutes in between. In between each one I'm doing 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, but I usually take 2 minutes when I'm changing muscle groups, 30 seconds if I'm doing this and then I want to rest and then do it again. 3 sets of 10, that's it. So I'll do 3 sets of those, then the next thing I'll do is 3 sets of these. So I'll hit the lats. And you can mix it up any way you want. So I'll hit 3 sets of, 8 to 10 of those. Usually I take 2-minute break in between the V and those. The last thing I'll do after I do 3 sets of those is I'll get down planking. I'll keep my hands open. Now I'm going to really strengthen the core. The planking, I probably sit here for like 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll just plank it. And you can really feel that burn, that rush. Keep your toes here. Everything's rigid, flat as a board. Once I've done that 2 to 3 minutes, I'll pull back and really get a good stretch on the sacral region and the lower lumbar. And I'll hold that for like 30 seconds. So basically, that's what I do for my workout. If you travel or you don't have that or that, a couple things I use for the forearms, these grip ones. The way to do the grip ones, I do it for like 30 seconds, and then I'll keep it closed for another 30 seconds. And then I'll hit it again for 30 seconds, and then I'll close for 30 seconds. And I'll do that probably 3 to 5 sets. Okay, so you can have that if you don't have that. Sometimes I use these, sometimes I don't. When I travel, or when I used to travel extensively, this is what I brought with me. Okay, so this sucker, you can use these for a lot of the exercises you've been doing there today. If you really want to emphasize and modify, for example, I can do the press, and you can really feel that if you slow it down. I can do the fly. I can do the wrist curls. Wrist curls this way. I can do the press. Just slow it down a bit. All right, that'll just really keep everything toned nicely. I can do the one I was doing for the shoulders, for the delt. Same with the other side. So you can do that one. You can also do the bicep curl, alternating or bringing them both up, or going out laterally, bring you in this way, or from back to front. I can do the tries. Look at that, eh? You can do that. Again, I would just do slowing it down, not slowing it down like you should, but slowing it down 3 sets of 10. I can do the, for the legs, totally, get that. You can do the forearm, alternating, or you can bring them both out. You can use this one here, fly. You can do cross cable. So there's so many different variables that you can use. I didn't show everything, but you get the gist of it. Just with this, and let me tell you, do 3 sets of 10, and I might hold it 4 to 6, 2 back compared to 2, 4 there on the count. You'll feel the difference on that. So those are the ones I use for that. At the end, you know, your stretching is your stretching. I have a routine I do for stretching, but you may have your own. I'm just giving you an idea. This is what I do. People have been asking me for years. You know, I'm 63, so I just turned 63, don't push it. So this is what I've been doing. And I really changed things up when COVID hit. So if it worked for me, and I'm nobody special, it can work for you. So in saying that, thank you for giving me your time. And you can, you know, Facebook message me, text me if you know my cell, email me if you know that. And I'll look forward to seeing you out there. Anyway, happy training, be safe, talk soon.